Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben. I got a wheated bourbon on the bar. Let's get into it. I have been looking forward to getting into this bottle for a long time. This is BAM Maker's Mark 2024 Wood Finishing Series, the Heart Release. So as I said, I've been looking forward to getting into this one for a while here. Two reasons. A, it took me a little bit of time to find it, and B, I've had it for like a month now, and this is the first time I've actually opened the bottle up. So my review of this has been a little bit delayed, which just makes me that much more excited to get into this one. So I am a Maker's Mark fan in general, especially anything they do at cast strength, from the regular cast strength makers to the Maker's 46 cast strength, to any of their private selects, the wood finishing series. So getting a hold of this one was pretty exciting. I wasn't sure how rare these were gonna be. A little information on it, by the way, 111.7 proof. So for Maker's Mark, that's kind of up there a little bit. They have a lower barrel entry proof, I believe it's like 110. And so getting into the 111 range is 11, 12, that's about as high as they get. So this is finished with 10 virgin toasted French oak staves. So, kind of like the Maker's 46 is finished with 10 wood staves, the Maker's 46 profile. What they apparently did with this one as well, too. So, should be interesting. On the nose, it's already outstanding. It has a lot of the classic Maker's Mark notes, but it's a little chocolatey, to be honest. And that's not what you don't usually get that from the Maker's stuff. I mean, some of them, but it's almost like chocolatey and fruity at the same time. It's weird. There's definitely some depth to this one for sure. There was a release that came out, I think, in like the 2021 series that I think was particularly chocolatey. Other than that, I don't always get that off of these stave finish Maker's products. It's got the classic Maker's Mark sort of breadiness and wheatiness, but there is genuinely something different about this compared to all their other wood stave finished bourbons. Well, let's get into the palate, see what that has to offer. Cheers. That is really, really rich and flavorful. Wow. That's got some spice to it. Got a little bit of a bite to it, which I like. It almost comes across as a little bit dusty. Maybe those extra barrel staves kind of, they impart some extra flavor, and I think naturally some extra aging flavors, just having the extra wood exposure. But this is really coming across as a well-aged bourbon. Man, that's incredible. The nose is actually getting better after tasting it. But that chocolate comes through, the spice comes through, and it's that little slight level of fruitiness, like a little bit of cherry back there or something. It's very, very light. It's mostly chocolatey, some great caramel notes, a little vanilla. It's got all those nice, like your bacon cookies, you know, like the vanillas and the cookie dough maybe, and like the brown sugars. All right, let's go in for another sip. That is really coming across as a well-aged bourbon. I don't know what the age is on this. I mean, these are typically the 5 to 7 years, I think, is Maker's Mark's kind of general age that they go with. Their products are kind of known to be aged to taste, where they rotate the barrels in their warehouse and just taste them and put them out when they're ready. But this is incredible. I'm really impressed with this. This is maybe the best one of these wood finishing series ones I've had. Super, super rich. It's got a great viscosity to it, really nice mouthfeel. This is drinking every bit on the level of a premium bourbon. If you like Maker's products, don't hesitate to pick this one up 100%. Even if you don't generally like Maker's products, this one I feel is like unique in the sense that it does have the standard kind of unique Maker's Mark profile. It's unique within the unique profile, if that makes any sense. Because Maker's Mark already has like a noticeable kind of unique flavor profile, where I think if you put this in a blind, or if you put Maker's Mark products in a blind, they're usually fairly easy to pick out, in my opinion. And so with that kind of general Maker's flavor profile, this one kind of branches away from that a little bit in the sense that it's still there, but there's so much other stuff going on that this one really kind of stands out amongst Maker's Mark products to me. Of all the ones I've had, which is quite a bit of them. All right, let's go in for another sip. Yeah, that's just excellent. There is an oak spice and a little bit of a tannic note on the back side of this that I think actually complements it really well. It's kind of a nice roller coaster of flavors. It's got a ton of sweetness, it has a nice spice backing it up, and it kind of ends on that bordering bitter, but in a good way, tannic oak note. This thing is just kind of a roller coaster, so I think this is gonna fall into that category of bourbons that you can sit down and have a pour of it and just sit with it for a while, and I think you're gonna kind of find a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, I think it's all right there, but I think it's, if you sit with it for a little bit, you're gonna be able to sit and just kind of pick each thing out individually. I think this is maybe one of those ones where with every sip, a new one of the flavors kind of stands a little bit above the other ones. And sometimes bourbons have that, and those are usually the best ones to kind of sit with for a little bit. Like this one, you get all the flavors, but it's almost like every sip, you know, one sip that chocolatey note stands out, and then another sip that spice stands out a little bit more. Another sip, the caramel and brown sugar stand out. So this is really, really an interesting one. I want to do a flight of Maker's products, especially now that I've tried this one, because this is excellent. But I think all the Maker's wood finishing series are really, really good. They're some of my favorite bourbons, and it would be interesting to put them all next to each other and kind of see how they fare up against one another. So watch out for that video coming in the future. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And thank you very, very much for watching. This has been Maker's Mark Wood Finishing Series, the Heart Release on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben. We'll see you on the next one.